So, like, I was born, like, 3 months early, and I had to be on oxygen, and I think they gave me, like, too much oxygen or something, and it caused my retinas to detach, so and they had to, like, reattach them. So that's basically how I lost my eyesight. My mobility instructor at the time had me put on a blindfold because she said it's easier to learn how to use a cane when you don't have any sight to rely on. And so we walked around my elementary school after school, learning how to like go up and down the stairs with the cane, walk down the hall, like do all that sort of stuff. The different things that we usually do is like every year we always go apple picking at Apple Hills, and then we always go bowling. We did the corn maze one time, and everybody got lost. Well, after college, I'd like to get a job being a DJ at a radio station. I did an internship at 101.7. I think it was like it was my senior year in high school, and then I did another internship over the summer at Workforce New York, and I got to announce like the job postings that they do, like learning basically all the basic life skills things. I think probably one of the most like fun life skills things that we worked on was she taught me how to sew a button. Probably one of the most important life skills that she taught me. Like I remember her first teaching me how to like zip my coat, tie my shoes. Learning how to tie my shoes took like a million years. But you know, like all those important things. Being visually impaired doesn't suck as much as you think it does.
At age 21, I was diagnosed with RP, which is retinitis pigmentosus. And since my brother had it, I kind of knew what was going on and you know the changes that would be in my life, which does make it a little easier when you have references to to go by, because I was from a very small town and I didn't know any blind people. So knowing that you're going to lose your sight can be a very hard thing to deal with. Of course, in the beginning there's anger and denial and everything, but you tend to work through it. So I worked with the services from New York State, the New York Commission for the Blind, and they suggested that I go to a place called the Carroll Center in Boston. While I was there, it was like a 6-week program, and when I was there, I met a woman named Samantha, and she sparked my interest, and we got to know each other, and 14 years now we've been married, and my wife is completely blind. I'm visually impaired, so we're a legally blind family. I have a daughter who just turned 5, a son who's 2, and they are just starting to realize that mommy and daddy aren't quite like everybody else. So when I started here at AVRE, I was started in production, making the copy paper, file folders, and doing other things wherever they needed me to work. So when a position opened up in the shipping department as a shipping clerk, I was a little hesitant with my vision, thinking it could be incredibly difficult and I might not be able to do it. But I didn't give up, and with the support of others around here who felt I would be a good point, or a very good fit here, I decided to go for it. So I put my application in to be the shipping clerk. After 2 interviews and a little bit of time in between, I was told I was getting the position, which I was psyched, I was stoked.
I was 50. It was probably 8 years later that I began to say, oh boy, what's going on here? I don't think I was even scared in the beginning with that diagnosis, because I didn't know what I was facing. I didn't know what it could do to you. I have a friend who has a son, he's now 30, but he was born blind. So the minute she knew about me and that I was starting to get, but also was already getting really scared about this, how much sight I was going to lose, she told me about AVRE, because I wouldn't be able to still cook. I wouldn't be able to run my dishwasher. I wouldn't be able to run my microwave or my washing machine. My internist, my physical doctor, But he used to tell me he used me as a resource when he had people that had sight problems. He'd send them to me to talk to what I had done. And the first thing that would be out of my mouth would be, do you know about AVRE? But as far as I am concerned, I don't really know what I would have done without AVRE. Because where else would I go? I mean, they come to you, they tell you what the resources are, which when you're beginning to lose your sight, or even after you've lost it for a while, you don't even understand where to start.